Hey everyone, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. This is Silver Hyena, once again picking up where I left off on a previously abandoned project. Well, abandoned sounds a bit harsh. Maybe I'll call it set aside for an undisclosed amount of time? Anyways, this was something that I had started several months ago. I met up with a friend of mine at my local Star Schmucks and we just kinda shared various art supplies. She had a bunch of gel pens that I hadn't tried out yet, and she discovered how much she loved my metallic Faber-Castell colored pencils. And before you ask, yes, we ordered delicious if overpriced drinks and sat in an out-of-the-way corner. So we weren't being obnoxious or anything. With that being said, sometimes it's good to mix things up. Most of the time when I'm drawing, it's usually beneath my filming setup or out on my living room couch. Mostly it's the filming setup anymore. But other times, you know, it's nice to get out, find a change of scenery, and just draw. Sometimes it's also a great conversation starter if you enjoy striking up conversations with total strangers. Anyways, despite enjoying a day out with friends, overpriced coffees, and art supplies, I never finished this piece. It just kinda sat there in my sketchbook. Forgotten. Until now. Yeah, I know my best trailer voice. I don't really think it works all that well, but sometimes I like to use it because it's fun. Anyways, since I began this drawing with an absolute hodgepodge of gel pens that I didn't have access to anymore, I figured that my 100 count set of assorted gel pens paired with that 24 count of Master's Touch that I'd picked up not too long ago, I thought those would fill in the gaps nicely. And literally. This really took me back. There was a time when I'd just break out all the gel pens I had and just draw. Before alcohol-based markers were even on my radar, it used to be all gel pens all the time. And don't get me wrong, I still enjoy gel pens. I enjoy them very much. When I was in my teens, having a large collection of gel pens was just about the height of coolness. I also remember that gel pens were a lot more expensive than they are now. Of course, I guess everything seems a lot more expensive when you don't have an income. Now, you can actually find gel pens in the clearance bins. Heck, the 100 count set of gel pens that I'm using for this illustration was purchased for a mere $16. $16 for 100 gel pens. Where was this when I was 16? The best thing about this particular set, I haven't had one problem pen yet. I've paid a small fortune for sets of gel pens that fade, scratch, and just fail. Then I've got some gel pens that I've used for years that I got for dirt cheap. Gel pens are just fickle things sometimes. Overall, I find gel pens work best on cardstock or mixed media paper. Here I'm using Canson mixed media paper and encountered very little trouble. I personally think that using gel pens on a surface with too much texture doesn't work particularly well. Mixed media paper is awesome as you get it's got a bit of a tooth, but it's not like watercolor paper. Trust me, I've used gel pens on watercolor paper before. That's just awkward. Despite what you might have heard, it is possible to blend and layer gel pens. It's tricky and sometimes it just depends on the brand. If you're uncertain, test any potential blends and combinations on a separate piece of paper. Also, I did make a video a while back on how to blend with gel pens, so I'll post a link to that in the description below and have one of those little eye bubble things pop up there in the corner, so keep an eye out for that. Overall, I'm very pleased with how this whole piece turned out. Lots of bright colors. Also, for the background, I decided to bring back the Cra-Z-Art premium Broadline markers. Does anyone remember when I reviewed those? Yeah, anyways, I found that I really liked using these markers on this paper. Canson XL mixed media paper. So I may have to revisit these sometime in the near future. Anyways, I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today's video. Please be sure to gently tap that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, while we're at it, why not visit my Instagram at SilverHyenaArt, or I have a list of all of my socials in the description below. With all that being said, this is Silver Hyena, signing off. Stay creative, everybody. Bye!